What's up, YouTube? I'm waiting for my food to come actually so we can get started. But happy Valentine's Day! The baby is actually right here, but he's asleep. And I don't. Oh. He didn't burp after he ate. But y'all ordered me some food. It's our first Valentine's Day, so I'm excited. I need you to burp too. Because he keeps spitting up and he hasn't burped. But anyway, today we're going to talk about my really interesting labor experience that did not go in no way, shape, or form how I wanted it to go. I had to get a C-section first of all. Oh, he worked. And it wasn't that bad, but it's just not what I wanted, so it wasn't necessarily ideal. But in the moment, I was thinking like, wow, I'm never doing this again. But now after like being at home, because I was in the hospital for like 4 days, I feel like I would do it again. I guess he worked a little bit, but he ate a lot. I just sleep. I guess everybody with kids know babies sleep all day. I wonder where's my food because it's close to down here at 2 o'clock. Sorry, y'all. I'm waiting for my food so we can get started. I ordered me some Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay. I'm sorry the baby is asleep though, but y'all know how babies do. But anyway, I guess you could just start talking about it. So I was 9 months, obviously. Like my due date was actually on Friday, the 12th. And my doctor was telling me like, if he does not come by Thursday the 11th, then you're gonna have to be induced. And I was just like, I didn't want that. I didn't want to be induced. I didn't want to have a C-section. I didn't want to get an epidural. I wanted to have a natural birth. I don't know why I thought that was ideal, but anyway, that was my plan. So as we kept getting closer to February 12th, I'm steady telling him, like, I'm just ready for the baby to come out. Like, I don't want to be induced. I was reading all this stuff online. Like, I just didn't want that. So, February 7th, like at night, I took a bath, like a little bath. The water was barely even warm. And, I'm just like, wow, the water wasn't even getting hot for some reason. I don't know why. And it was just an epic fail. So I'm like, I don't think nothing of it, like nothing's gonna happen. So I just went about my day. It was like nighttime. So I laid down like at 11. So then next thing you know, I'm laying in the bed and I'm feeling like I'm wet. Like, not like I peed on myself, but I just felt wet. So, where's my food at? Okay. So I just felt wet. There we go. Yeah. Hi.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Okay, yeah, I got my food. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I took the bath or whatever, and I laid in the bed. I just felt like kind of wet, not necessarily like I peed on myself, but just like a little bit wet. So I went to the bathroom, and it was just like a lot of wetness. So I'm like, but it wasn't a lot. It was an amount that was just like, okay, what is this? Because I know I didn't pee. So I was just telling his dad like, oh, I think my water broke. And he's like, are you serious? Like, are you joking? I'm like, oh no, like I thought it would be like a lot of water or something like that. You feel me? So he was just like, okay. I'm just like, I'm gonna just wait and see like what happens. So I say, so in the next few minutes it was some more. I'm like, okay, uh, maybe like this is for real. So I just kept checking and checking, and it was a little bit of water, but I was just still thinking like maybe my water really didn't break it. So I just eventually decided, because it was like midnight. I'm like, and I didn't want them to send me home if I went up there and my water didn't break, because there's a lot of snow outside. Like, I just didn't want to get put in that predicament. So what I did was I'm just like, me and his dad was like, we'll just wait until 8 in the morning, like, early in the morning and see. So we woke up. Well, I kind of didn't really sleep that well, but we woke up. I was up at like 7. I had an alarm set for 8, but I was up at 7. Sorry, y'all, one sec. So anyway, okay, so I woke up at 8, and I was just like, it was still wet. I had put on a pad and it was wet, so I'm like, okay, this is obviously a good thing. So his dad had gotten in the shower. I got ready or whatever, and we had to get the bags or whatever, get the stuff in the car. Then we headed to the hospital. So got to the hospital quick because it's not that far from my house. Told them like, I think my water broke. So they instantly took me to this room and started doing these. They told me to pee and like, just to make sure the fluid was actually my water breaking and not just pee. So, and then also, like, I wasn't feeling no contractions either. That's the major part. Like, I wasn't feeling no contractions. When it first happened, that's another reason why I wasn't trying to go to the hospital. Because I'm like, I don't feel no contractions. I don't really feel no pain. Excuse me. I don't really feel no pain. I don't see no blood. Like, that's why I wasn't sure. I never had a baby, so I didn't know. So we got to the hospital. They made me pee in the cup to take their little test or whatever. They was asking me questions. This is the morning of February 8th. So I'm at the hospital at like 9 something in the morning. So they had me. I don't think they had me on the machines. No, they had some things wrapped around me like this to listen to the baby, and that was it. So me and dad just sitting in there talking or whatever, Then the nurse came back like, okay, looks like you're in labor. Let's take you to the labor and delivery room. I'm like, okay. At that time, I still was feeling no contractions. I still, like, I was feeling a little something, but not really. So, took me to the labor and delivery room around 10 a.m. And they started giving me this medicine to, like, make labor go faster because I was only 1 centimeter. So I guess that's why I wasn't feeling no contractions or nothing. So, man, y'all, I'm still saying I don't want an epidural. They asked me like, you want an epidural? How you feeling? I'm like, no, I'm good. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, this is gonna be a breeze. So then I got to my doctor was kept coming to the hospital and then leaving because she works across the street from the hospital in the clinic. So she came and checked me like, how are you, whatever. And I was 2 centimeters. I'm like, okay, I'm good, chilling. And next thing you know, it just started hurting. Like it was blood coming out. I felt like I couldn't sit down. That did not feel like period cramps. That felt worse than period cramps. So I instantly was just like, I need the epidural. Like I can't take this. So the nurse, they was like, well, they have been told like it's gonna take us an hour. But I'm in my head thinking I got this. I'm gonna do it. I couldn't stand up. Like it was just over. Like 2 centimeters. I couldn't do it no more. So I had to wait another hour for the medicine. Then you gotta wait for it to kick in. So it was just like, so I told her like, yeah, we need the medicine. So she called the people to do the medicine, and I'm just still sitting there like I can't take it. I can't take it. The lady was like, it's okay, like you'll get through it, you'll get through it or whatever. And then when you get an epidural, you gotta do like this weird position and you can't move and all this stuff. So I had to like put my feet on his father and then like lean forward. And now he had to hold me still and all this other stuff. So they got the medicine in. Obviously it don't kick in right away. So I'm still just going through it. And then the medicine started kicking in and I start feeling better. So the doctor told me like I'ma come check on you every couple hours to see like how you progressing. So she came back a couple hours later. Okay, you at 4 centimeters now. I'm like, okay, cool. Once I had the medicine, I was thinking like, okay, I could do this. Like I'll just do it. Came back at like 6 p.m. Okay, you like 5 centimeters, high, low, all this other stuff. I don't even know what all that was meaning, but I felt like everything was going good. So then she came back at like 8 p.m. 7 centimeters. Baby head dropping, like he's gonna come, he's getting lower, he's getting lower, he's getting lower. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm 7 centimeters, I gotta get to 10, then I'll be good. So then 10 o'clock came. Oh, you're still 7 centimeters. I'm like, okay, I was on that medicine, so I wasn't really, I'm just like, okay. Next thing you know, the little monitor you be on, it started beeping. The epidural medicine ran out. So she had to go get some more. So I'm thinking like, okay, she went and got the medicine. Bro, the medicine wore off. So now I'm feeling this contractions and I'm 7 centimeters. They was trying to check if I was farther along than 7, but I couldn't. I'm like, no, y'all not gonna stick y'all hand in there and this shit is hurting like this. So I had to go get the lady to give me more epidural medicine. So I had to wait another hour for that to go away. So once again, I'm back feeling the pain. Like that shit was really hurting. Like I don't see how all these people got kids because that hurts. Like it really hurts. Anyway, so then she came back. After 10 o'clock, I don't think my doctor came back. I was at 7 centimeters. And then the medicine they gave me the second time, it was so strong, I couldn't think. I wasn't even thinking about nothing. So next thing you know, I guess I fell asleep. The doctor come back to me. She like, hey. I'm like, hey, what up? She said, well, you're still 7 centimeters. I'm like, okay, you know. So she said, we're gonna have to do something about this because it's been 24 hours since your water broke. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that we went to the next day. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. She said, you're gonna have to get a C-section. Now, I just told you I didn't want a C-section, but at that time I had so much medicine in me. I was just so tired from the contractions and everything. I was just like, okay, like, I mean, what else I'm gonna do? I just want the baby to come out now. And at that point, I don't even think I was up for pushing out a baby. So I was just like, okay. She says a lot of people finna start coming in. They finna start giving you a lot of other medicines. You know, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm good, you know. And she just walked out like, okay. So nurse came back because I was throwing up too. All during contractions. I forgot to say that I was throwing up. So she came back, gave me some nausea medicine. I had to drink this little drink or something. Then, um, after the medicine, they started shooting stuff like literally into the IV, not even using the little machine. They was telling me what it was, but I really don't remember at this moment. I think the baby waking up. When she gave me the medicine, when she told me to give me C-section, I was like, is it gonna hurt? And she was like, no, you're gonna be on medicine. So, giving me all the medicine, and then imagine when you have the epidural, like, you can't walk. So, they had to take me from the bed that I was in and slide me to another bed. They started asking me, what's your name and birthday? I'm just like, okay. I had to sign paperwork. I still read it though, even though I was under all that medicine. I was still reading it a little bit. And so they took me to the operating room. So it was me and him, me and his dad, and the doctors, obviously. So it was just one doctor. I think she was the one that was giving all the medicine now because she had a cap on, like hella medicine on her, like fainting on all type of shit. So she kept asking, what's your name and birthday? Do it hurt? What you feeling? I'm like, I don't feel nothing, you know? So I started feeling like, cause you know you got that little thing right there, you can't see what they doing. I started feeling like a little cutting. I'm like, I tell her, I'm like, I feel a little something, but it don't really hurt. And I think she gave me some more medicine, and then I was just laying there, like I couldn't even do nothing. Obviously, I was just laying there, and then next thing you know, she was like, you gonna feel pressure, and then that's how you know that they pushing the baby out. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, are you feeling pressure? You feel pressure? I'm like, yeah, I feel pressure. And then she was like, okay, the baby's coming out, basically. So I heard him start crying and everything. I'm like, oh wow, like my baby just came out. And then his dad had to get up and go there with him. So once that happened, I was like, okay, can I get up now? That's what I was thinking in my head. But obviously they gotta stitch it back up. So the baby crying, he that was that. I guess they was cleaning him up or whatever. And me, I'm just laying there like, oh, I'm ready for this over. I don't like. So I was just laying there, they stitched me up. I didn't really feel nothing. Like I didn't feel nothing. And they brought the baby to me. I'm like, oh, it's my baby. Like I had so much medicine, I couldn't, be like how I would normally be, but I was happy. And then they finally was done stitching me up. And they started testing me to see where, like, how much of my body was numb. So they took me to the recovery room. I had the baby in my hand or whatever. And she was pinching me from the bottom of my leg, like my ankle up. Just kept pinching. I couldn't feel none of it until she got, like, all the way up here. And she was like, okay, they let the baby's healthy. Everything was good. So He came out at like 3 a.m. Um, on February 9th. So I came here like, okay, my baby came out. He came out on February 9th at 3 a.m. So I'm thinking like, okay, I can leave tomorrow. Like, mm-mm. So I'm in there the whole day on February 9th. So many doctors coming in, looking at him, looking at me, putting me on pain medicine. I couldn't walk still. So I don't know why I thought I was going to go home the next day because I still couldn't feel my legs or walk. But I don't know what I was just, I don't know, medicine, what. So literally, from the time I got in there and they gave me the epidural, I did not walk until like 2 days later. Anyway, so they checking him, they trying to teach me how to breastfeed. Um, Making sure he okay, checking his weight and everything, making sure I'm not feeling no pain. So basically, for that whole day when I first had him, we was just sitting in the hospital, like eating food, getting to know the baby, obviously talking to a lot of doctors, just regular stuff, I guess. So, and I also had a catheter. So, like I said, I couldn't walk. The baby was just taking the pee out, whatever. And then they start, like the next day on the 10th, and that's when they start telling me, like, okay, now you're going to have to start trying to walk. Like, can you feel your legs? What's going on? I'm like, okay, like, you're going to have to get in the shower, get the, because they had put this big bandage over my stomach. The nurse told me, like, you're going to have to get in the shower and wash that off with soap. It's going to fall off. And then, you know, like, obviously, you got to get ready to go home. You can't stay here forever. So, I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm ready to go. So, they was helping me go to the bathroom, you know, like seeing if I was ready to take out the catheter. They finally took out the catheter. And then, you know, just still in there eating and stuff. They was really getting on my nerve with the breastfeeding thing because, like, they was asking, like, do you mind if I touch and all this, but it was just, like, getting irritating because I done been here for, like, 3 days already. And I'm tired of y'all touching me and touching the baby, and on top of that, I was just ready to go home, and I don't like people being all up on me. And it was like, you know, they change shifts, so it's always a new one. Like, that shit was getting on my nerves, but they were really nice and helpful. So, to the point where I finally took the shower, I got the catheter out. So now they were just coming in, checking the baby, making sure I had my pain medicine, and teaching me how to breastfeed, which was irritating. So the breastfeeding was going good, and I'm still giving him breast milk, but I'm just not breastfeeding. So I wonder if he's gonna wake up. Anyway, so I was just thinking like, okay, this is good, like I can do this. Then one nurse told me like, oh, he's losing too much weight. You know, like she really blew me. So I went and when her manager came in there and asked me, I told her like, she just sat up here and told me all this information, but another nurse came in here and told me something else. So I didn't like that, and that's when I was really ready to go. Like, y'all irritating me at this point. So that was like on the 11th. No, I mean that was the 10th because we left on the 11th. So then they finally started saying like, you know, it's gonna be time for you to go home soon and everything. And I was like, great, I'm ready to go. And then we had one final breastfeeding, like me and him. After he got circumcised, he came back and he was asleep for a real long time, so I didn't bother him. He woke up and we breastfed for like a whole hour. He did not breastfeed successfully no more. Like that night, my titties was getting so swollen, and he was just crying like he wouldn't eat the food. Hey, he wouldn't eat the food, and the lady was not. She just left me in there. Like she said, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna help you, and she never came back. Which that's fine, but like You could have at least said you're not really coming back. So he was just crying and it was a disaster. So then after that, the next day, like that night, in the morning, everybody's like, okay, you gotta go home now. This is what you gotta do. Like, just telling me all this stuff, all this stuff, all this stuff. Finally, I got to go home on the 11th in the morning. And I just been pumping milk because I, look at the baby. I just been pumping milk and feeding him with a bottle because he don't like breastfeeding. He don't like doing all that work and doing all that to get milk. So he been doing good and he been gaining his weight and he been keeping me up all night. But I still love him. It was a truly interesting experience. Like now I see, I can relate to people different now because I have a baby. Because at first, I mean, I like kids and everything, but I was just, like I don't have a baby, so I don't really know exactly what it's like. But now I understand, babies are so cute. When he just sleep, like he been asleep all day. I thought he was woke earlier. Maybe I'm bothering him by talking to him. It's okay. Say hi. Oh, you just want to sleep. But I also want to talk to you about like what content y'all would like to see. And like we finna get lit this year, 2021, even though it's still a pandemic, but I just hope like we can still do stuff. But also I don't really like the C-section thing because like I can't get active like how I normally do. Like I can't really do stuff. And that's when I was tired of being pregnant because I don't like just sitting down all day. But now I just have to sit down all day. And I'm just ready to be recovered because this is just a little bit irritating. It's hard to get out the bed sometimes. It's just like a lot of stuff. And then on top of that, to have a baby is a little bit overwhelming, but it's definitely very helpful to me. So I'm gonna get through it. Oh, I think he won't. Let's see. Let's see if I can flip the camera. Oh, come here. Hey, did I bother you with that? Oh no, don't put that hair in your mouth. Oh, say hey. Say hi. I'm falling back asleep. But also, y'all, Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays. And I had a baby right before Valentine's Day, so isn't that really cute? He back to sleep. share this experience with y'all because this is our first Valentine's Day. This is my first baby. And his birthday is 5 days before Valentine's Day. It's funny because he supposed to have been born 2 days ago. It would have been cuter if he came on Valentine's Day, but I was not okay with him coming out late. So I guess that's how he ended up in the predicament of being 1 centimeter when your water break and have to get a C-section. But it's fine. But I hope y'all have a happy Valentine's Day. I'm low key kind of tired, as most parents can understand. So I'm feeling take me a nap while this baby taking him a nap. But thanks for joining my live, y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned for my channel because we gonna be having fun. Say bye. Peace.